Hello my fellow freedom builders and welcome back to the channel. Now today was a crazy day. There was an uprising, maybe sort of in Russia, maybe a coup d'etat or whatever. Wagner Group backed down and well, everything seems to have settled at least a little bit right now. So I won't be touching much on that. I did a video about that yesterday. Today I'll make a brief update on my swing trading portfolio, a bit on the couple of options trade I have made here on the videos, and overall just a quick look at the market so far. Tomorrow I'll make a new video about some swing trading candidates that I might take during the week. I've taken a single trade this week, but let's have a quick look at the market. The Nasdaq went down 1.5%. It was a kind of an eventless week. There was a lot of Powell testimony to the Congress and so on, but there was no really big news. We will have to wait until Friday to get some news there. There's some really heavy news where we're getting the inflation from, I think it's both Europe and United States in the upcoming week. But so far we can see that the Nasdaq is continuing upwards. It had a down week this week, yes, but the uptrend is there. Now I can see as soon as we get a 1.5% down week here, I can see a ton of YouTube videos popping up saying now the end is near, world is going under, so on and so forth. I wouldn't be too worried about that. Well, no one can predict it, so maybe we'll get 50% down this week or maybe 50% up. Honestly, if someone claims they know what is going to do, the market is going to do exactly, don't believe them. The Nasdaq was down, yes, and so was the S&P 500, both 1.5%. My swing trading portfolios were not quite as hard hit, but we'll have a look at that in a second. The oil was a bit down here, had a fairly strong Friday. What else do we have? We have the European gas. After a big spike up here in a couple of weeks, it fell a bit back this week. So basically, bit of a red week, but that was to be expected when there's no news and the market have rallied upwards. There will be some steam let out here and the market will drop a bit. So let's have a quick look at the swing trading candidates. We have them here. I did buy a single stock this week. That was the Valvoline. I'll get back to that in a second. First of all, we have the Arthur Gallagher. Oh, let's have a quick look at the portfolio just for the fun of it. We are at 1.92% now since the beginning here at the end of May. That is a bit less than the market, but as you know, I'm also a lot less exposed right now. It's just around 50% I'm exposed to the market. You can't see in the numbers here. Well, we do have a better Sharpe and Sortino ratio, but that doesn't really matter right now. I will make a video about the Sharpe and Sortino ratios here in the upcoming week. I've gotten some questions about them, so I'll try and answer that. You can see that the max drawdown is 0.36%. That is of course not going to last. I will get some drawdowns as well. But doing these swing trades and getting out, trying to get out when we have rallied up a bit and taking the profit, that will keep the drawdown low, and I would be disappointed if I get a drawdown larger than the S&P 500. That is at least not usual. You can see my volatility overall is about half of that of the S&P 500. So if we're looking at the positions, you can see these two have been closed a while back. We have 5 trades now running from 3 days and up towards 15 days. They are all in profit, except the one I bought this week that took a 0.6% down, but otherwise they are. X-ray here, Dentsply, is close to break even. Let's see what happens this week. I've gotten some questions about if I think that Russia debacle will affect the markets when we open Monday, and honestly I don't. If it should have an effect, as I mentioned yesterday, it should be if the Wagner Group did so much of a trouble for Putin that he had to pull his troops out of Ukraine so that the war could end sooner. Then that would get the oil price and gas price down, I guess, and maybe the inflation. So, but as it is right now, I don't think it'll have an effect to be mentioned at all. All right, so let's have a quick look here at the stocks. We have the Arthur Gallagher, and that is the oldest position. We bought it back on the 5th of June. And that was, let's see, that was down here. So it has been going up well. Right now it has dropped a bit down, but it's not even touching the 10 SMA. So I actually kind of suspect a leg up. I do keep an eye on the earnings. I don't like to keep my swing trades during earnings. So if it goes up here, I'll probably take it off somewhere up around 215, 218, something like that. If it drops down, I will. I'll see when I take it off. The X-ray here, the Dentsply, that was 14 days old. That is the 6th of June. And if we take a quick look at that, that was here. Is that true? Let me just have a quick look. Where did I bar that? Did I punch in a wrong number? 38.8. All right. I'll have to check the numbers there. If it hasn't updated, I actually think it needs. We are missing an update on this stock here. Let me just have a look at it for a second. Strange. Well, at least it has dropped a bit down, so we're actually a bit in the negative here. But there's plenty of room for some more upwards moving here. I just draw a simple trend line here on the weekly, so it can drop a bit more down and then have a bounce upwards before I take it off. The Visa, I bought that. Let's just have a quick look. The 12th here. Let's see when that was on the chart. That was here. So it has gone up nicely, and I actually suspect that it can go up to around 233, 234. If it does, I'll probably take it off there. We have the earnings at the end of July, so there's about a month there. The Monster also doing well, I think. We did that as well on the 12th of June. So the 12th of June is right here. So we're also in a nice positive there. You could argue that that one actually hit this ceiling here, but as I drew in the other day, this potential bull flag, and it has broken to the upside here, and I drew this line just to give you an idea as to this flagpole here on the bull flag. We move that, put it to the lowest point here, and that is our rule of thumb target up here. So this one could move up 10 or 12%. That would be nice. So we will see where that ends. The last one was Valvoline here. I bought this on Wednesday here, and it took a bit of a downturn along with the market, but there is a fairly strong upwards trending support line here. And also remember, I do not expect to win on all my trades. That would be a bit trading godlike if I could that. So maybe some of them will just drop down through my stop loss. I did get a question about this gap here on the earnings, and this is old saying that gaps will be closed. To be honest, it's not something I follow, and I have seen plenty of cases where gaps didn't get closed, so it's not something I really care about, to be honest. So let's see if this one can bump up a bit, and if the market goes up this week, I think I might close one or two of my positions if the markets lift them up. The two options trades I've been mentioning, well, one of them was Biogen. I bought, I didn't buy it, but I did sell a cash secured put on it, meaning that if it drops down through 280, I will be forced to buy it at 280. But this was actually a stock that I didn't mind owning. So instead of buying it up here around the 300, I sold it. I received a premium of, I think it was 1.2% or something like that. Meaning that if it comes down to 280, I'll have to buy it at 280. But then I've also gotten the around $3 per share, I think it was. So I actually have a break-even price around 277. Of course, if it goes lower, then I will have lost a bit. But I don't care too much about it, since it is a fairly okay stock that I don't mind owning. Then I'll be selling some covered calls on it and see if I can get out of it at a profit at some point. The other one was the Lennart Corporation, where I bought the stock and then I sold it deep in the money covered call down here around 100, or was it 100? I think it was actually 105 I sold it. But that one has rallied upwards, so there's no way I would say that I don't get the, was it 1.2 or 1.3% in a month's time that I will be making on the Lennart Corp. You could argue that this one I would have been better off just buying the stock because it's gone up, but then again, that's always easy to say afterwards. I don't trade in hindsight. I have some fairly strict principles and I'm doing fairly well with them. So let's hope for a green week here where not much is happening in the beginning of the week. And we're hoping that people will run into the market and buy some of our shares, and otherwise we have a stop loss and we'll be stopped out. That's how it is. Take care of yourself and your money out there, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow with a video of new stock swing trading candidates. That's all for now. Have a good night. Bye.